Welcome back to New Hampshire International. You're watching Ernie Irvin's crew. They had a lot of repairs to make from damage from this incident. Jeff Burt, you see his back out, damage to the left front and rear. Let's show you what happened. Back at 4th spot.
Well, you see Schrader, he tried to avoid him. He got all the way under the yellow line, but Burton come down. They made a little bit of contact, and there's a lot of cars that were damaged in this thing. 21 cars got some dump. You can see them right here. They jammed up in the center part there.
Yeah, they got together going down in turn 1. As this came around, I said the 4 car takes a pretty good lick right here from Burton. The 21 car has a lot of damage to the nose area of it. The 4 car took looked like the hardest lick on the side. Here's Jeff Gordon, the in-car, waving his hand, going down in the corner. Here they are, right behind him. There's where they touch.
And a bit of damage to the right front of Schrader's car where the contact was initiated. It was the right front of Schrader into the left rear of Jeff Burton.
Yeah, they were doing the, put some toe in the car right there.
You know what that looked like, guys? If they went down in the corner, if Jeff Gordon saw the first 2 cars slowing down fast, he put up his hand and maybe the 0 car put on the brakes, and of course Schrader had nowhere to go and under him, and then they made the contact.
A little contact there as Sterling Marlin tries to lead a lap of this race. We're back under green. 5 complete. Mark Martin up front, Sterling Marlin, the outside pole sitter in the Ray Vestas Ford, trying to chase him down.
Yeah, I think you're going to see a lot of leads, not necessarily right on the front end of the pack. The guys are going to try to have to work their way to the front in a hurry because it's just such a short race compared to what they normally run.
Only 300 laps around this 1-mile facility. Turns 1 and 2 right down around the bottom. Jeff Gordon in 3rd, Terry Labonte in 4th, Davey Allison in 5th.
Mark Martin had called before the race started and said he's going to be a little cautious, not worried about leading, but his car must feel really good because he is leading the race. He must feel like anything he wants to do right now. He was going to lay back some.
Well, they put a sealer on this track like yesterday in 3 and 4, but it's the type that's not slick like the old bear grease they used to use in Darlington and all, and it sets up in less than 30 minutes.
I think that sealer was more of a safety feature. This is a great little racetrack, and they just never had to deal with this type of heat before. First time they've ever had it up here, put it on there just as a safety feature.
Well, record high temperatures here this week in the 90s up till today. Today will be in the higher 80s, but with lower humidity than we've seen. Riding with the hottest rookie on the tour, Jeff Gordon of the DuPont Chevrolet. Takes little bites out of that wheel down in turn 1, buddy.
Yeah, that's a great shot there. He was talking to his crew chief just then down the straightaway. You see his thumb go over and get on the microphone.
Yeah, we talked this track. They say it's 12-degree turns in the corners, but look how flat. See the car slip right there as he went in the corner. It looks flat from inside the car. That 12 degrees goes away in a hurry. You come in 130, 40 miles an hour.
Looking from Gordon back to Terry Labonte, who had his best qualifying start of the year. Dale Earnhardt, who had his worst qualifying run of the year here, coming up. And caution out of turn 4. Mike Waltrip, Kenny Schrader. Looks like Greg Sachs up against the wall. Is that? No, that's Bill Parsons, excuse me. And there's one other car involved. I think that's Jerry O'Neill, the black car. That coming out of turn number 4 at lap 10. Ken Schrader already 1 lap down. As a result of the first incident of the day, it's wrapped up in another one.
Boy, a big pack of cars trying to race back to the caution.
Of course, that accident right out of turn 4, you see the tire marks left by the Mannheim Auctions car of Phil Parsons up there. This is our infrared camera, courtesy of Cincinnati Electronics Corporation. And you see on the right side that bar scale from dark blue to bright red. That shows you the relative heat in the racetrack. We'll look at this a few times during the day, and if you look down in the lower right corner of the screen, you'll see the temperature of the track is in the green range thus far, which is a little more than 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and they expect it to go much hotter. We'll have some other interesting pictures from this camera as we go throughout the day. That the white end of the scale, way at the top, is about 270 degrees Fahrenheit. Now let's match up the infrared shot with the cars coming through. Down in the below 100 degrees of the scale, except for the tires. You can see there the heat from the exhaust. The camera in the infrared part of the color spectrum, way above the red that you see, measures heat production, not light reflection.
Yeah,
Do not adjust your set.
No, that red is just strictly the exhaust you see coming out of these cars. And when they're under full power, that thing is all the way out the side of the car, like 10 foot. A lot of cars coming in the pits.
And Ken Schrader has climbed from his car and heads back to the garage area. We're under caution for the second time today at the nation's newest super speedway in New Hampshire. That's good. Okay, that's good because he got hammered on the last one. He had to jump on the brakes for Ernie. Kenny might say better off suspended. Okay. Do we
have that wreck? Okay, got you. I'm sorry.
That's much better, Dennis. Thank you. Guys, can you hear Patty okay still?
Yeah, good. The best is me.
Okay.
Well, that week.
Okay. Who else was in it? Phil, the 25, the black car, which is Jerry O'Neill.
Jerry O'Neill
is the black car in that. Welcome back to New Hampshire International Speedway. You're riding along with Mark Mart about where the outside rearview mirror would be on your passenger car at the doorpost. Mike Waltrip was part of that incident with Phil Parsons, Jerry O'Neill, Ken Schrader. Let's show you what happened up in turn 4. Okay,
let's adjust our sets again.
I think that's the fire truck parked there in turn number 4. Now let's show you what happened.
There's Jerry O'Neill coming off the wall with Mike Waltrip coming behind him, yellow car. Looked like Schrader had got together with someone right off the corner up there.
It's the aftermath of that one. And it parks 4 cars, at least momentarily. That was Ken Bouchard slipping through in the Burger King car.
Katie Haas is down here working with this crew this week. She's working on the 30 car. She better get busy.
That's Ken Schrader's car being hauled to the garage area. He has walked back there. Everybody okay. You know Ken Squire, the race announcer. Meet Ken Squire, the track promoter. A little bit of racing up here in northern New England.
How much do they care about stock car racing up here in New England? Well, this is a typical Thursday night at a track that's very dear to my heart, Thunder Road in Barre, Vermont. A couple of years ago, Joey LeCaire Jr. won the Thunder Road Track Championship. That winter, he was killed in a snowmobile accident. LeCaire's hometown, Barre, is called the granite capital of the world. Local stone cutters, Joey's friends and neighbors, fans, they wanted to remember him as a champion. And this is what they created in stone. It took 5 months to carve a 6-ton half scale of number 61, complete and detailed to the A-frame, the lug nuts, even his signature. This is how much they care about their stock car champions up here in New England.
Well, as Ken will be the first to tell you, it's the fans that make New England racing special and how devoted they are to their sport, just as they are down south or any other part of the country where stock car racing has an avid following. Phil Parsons' car is being hauled back to the garage area as well as Ken Schrader's. You see a bit of speedy dry down here in turn number 1 and off into turn number 2. That's the fire truck leading the parade ahead of the Corvette safety car. From our 800 number, who is Jeff Burton driving for today? That call from Pennsylvania is Phil Martossi, the same fellow who owns his Busch Series car. The TIC Financial Ford is the car. It's a rental from the Jack Roush shops.
The rent just went up.
Yeah, I think the rent went up after that little bout with the wall.
Well, to bring you up to date on what's happened to Ernie Irvin, the damage that he suffered in that first crash seems to be just sheet metal. They tell me the toe end's okay. There doesn't seem to be any steering component damage. They have made repeated stops under these cautions to try to pull the fenders off the tires. Other